part B of your 2021 WA2 for geography. Okay, this answer is this. So the question asks you to explain how the event will lead to fluctuation. Okay, so this, you must identify the event. This is the start point. Let me just add in start point. Okay, so you must be able to tell me how this start point will lead to fluctuation. Lead to is a hint to you what's the direction ready. Okay, lead to fluctuation on tourist arrivals to Sri Lanka. Okay, so this is my endpoint. Lead to, this is my endpoint. Okay, now actually this question is very well done. Just that some things will help you secure your full 3 marks. Now most of you are able to explain that fluctuation. Okay, most of you are able to explain that fluctuation means that there's a sudden decrease in tourists. Okay, but okay, most of you can tell me decrease in tourist arrivals, but you forgot to mention is the sudden. Okay, so most of you managed to end off with saying this. Therefore, it leads to a sudden decrease in tourist arrivals. Okay, and many of you are able to say that before that, the step will be that hence many tourists will fear for their safety and will avoid visiting Sri Lanka. Okay, so many of you are able to talk about, you know, fear for their safety as they may get injured or things like that. Okay, this part is very well done. Many of you understood the content. Okay, so basically, if I look at the notes, where is my notes? This one that I gave you. It's also found in your other notes in the file. Most of you are able to use this explanation. Most of you are able to use this explanation. Okay, now what is missing is that many of you forgot to mention what is this event. Okay, well, I would say political conflict, political case, political, please know your term. Okay, so when I ask you to explain how this event, I'm asking you to use information from figure 2 and also identify the proper term for me. Okay, so this is the general things that can appear in any country. I'm expecting you to identify the proper term and mix this with the specific details I gave you about Sri Lanka. Okay, so you must highlight to me what's the disagreement and what's the violence and what is this. Okay, so the first mark to get it, most of you need to identify that it's political situation. Okay, political situation such as, what's all this? This is probably a terrorist attack. Now some of you don't know it's a terrorist attack, it's fine. You can talk about bomb blast. Okay, so bomb blast carried out by tourists can lead to a fluctuation. This one should be highlighted in yellow. In tourist arrivals, this is your thesis statement. Okay, so how does it lead to it? The bomb blast, okay, caused by terrorists disagreeing with the government led to the deaths of various foreign citizens or foreigners and the locals. Okay, so you can pick out information about this to put it inside. Okay, so that I basically also used this idea about it. So why did I talk about the disagreement? Because it's mentioned here, it's a state of disagreement. Okay, so how does it show? How is it less safe? Well, it makes people die lah. Okay, so if you are not clear, if you are not secure, you can add in. Okay, this makes Sri Lanka feels like less safe. Can also. Okay, so a lot of you miss out the yellow. Okay, sorry, miss out the green actually. Okay, which is the event and how's it going to do with your content, your content. All right, but many of you managed to explain the blue color part to reach the end point, which is well done. Just need to know your content well. Okay, so please work on this.